Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another horror movie review. I'm here with the one, the only JB. John, how you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I can't complain. It looked like shit out today, but it's the perfect weather to do another horror movie review. So today we got a suggestion by one of our fans to review a pretty interesting film that came out in 1986. Of course, it's the one, the only Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Hey, actually, it's one of my favorite movies, even though it's pretty bad, but it's still one of my favorite movies ever. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite. I would say that out of all the slashers, that Leatherface is probably one of my favorite icons. When it comes to those really important, popular guys. But hey, what's going on? We didn't get to say welcome back to the Foundry, guys. Do we have a name for who suggested this? That vile
Uh
person, that disgusting person with their great suggestion that we
I do not remember who exactly
appreciate
suggested it.
so much. That's fine. But anyways, yeah, thanks for the suggestion. If anyone has any more suggestions, please leave it down in the comments. If there's a specific movie that you guys want us to check out and review here on the channel, please let us do so. But shall we dive into this grotesque little film here?
Absolutely. So
So, yeah, we got Bill Mosley right here. I don't know if you know him. Do you know who Bill Mosley is?
wasn't he the guy who he played like Jason
Nope. He
no
he plays the weird long hair brother in all the Rob Zombie movies.
the weird long haired brother in all the Rob Zombie movies. I
Yeah,
don't watch a lot.
Like Devil's Rejects. You ever seen Devil's Rejects and House of Thousand
Oh,
Corpse? Those movies?
yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's Chop Top, the guy with the metal plate in his head, the best character who honestly steals the damn show throughout the entire film, time and time again. Chop Top is on top of it.
I see what you did there. That's really funny.
Yep, he's the best. Yeah, he's really neat. I like Chop Top a lot. I like Leatherface, even though there's like one really weird part about like there's a couple like I guess sexual innuendos in the movie that are really awkward and just kind of like like I could do without, but yeah, they're there unfortunately. You know who Dennis Hopper is, Kyler? He's the I guess almost I would say the protagonist with chainsaws trying to avenge his family, I guess, who was killed by them.
Yeah, you mean the guy we got on the GIF right there with
Exactly. Yeah,
the
yeah.
dual chainsaws and the heavy duty chainsaw?
So he's a pretty famous actor, and apparently this is his least favorite movie he's ever done before, and like he has no regrets in life besides doing this movie. That's his only regret in life is apparently doing this movie, which I think is fucking hilarious.
I
But
mean, can you blame him though? I mean, the only
no,
thing
it's
this movie,
it's
in my opinion, has going on is just Chop Top. That's it.
Chop
But
Top's pretty good. The rest of the movie is disgusting. Like it age definitely shows in this movie. Like when you think of like old horror movies, like this does not come to mind because you block it out of your fucking mind. Like if you have any kind of like normal just PTSD that kicks in and wants to save you from years and years of pain and crying, it kicks in and it blocks out all the movie for you if you're lucky enough. But Kylo and I, not so much. We are not lucky enough, but we're here to go through that movie with you guys. Tell you all the good parts and the bad parts. But if you had to name one moment that's your favorite, what would that favorite part be, Kyler?
probably the really awkward moment when Chop Top like walks into this the radio station and the lady's just like freaked the fuck out and just trying to get him out and he's just not going away.
Oh yeah, with his
Like
with his
he's
like
just like
toupee on, and he's like, "Hey, you're Stretch." Yeah, he's got this fucking metal plate in his head, and he carries around this coat hanger that's
and he
like,
keeps lighting it on fire, like
yeah,
just heating it up and like holding it up against like his little metal plate and
yeah,
scalp, just trying to get
he's
little.
like scratching at his metal plate or something like that, like with this heating. I don't know. I think Chop Top was in Vietnam apparently, which is some interesting lore about
Mhm.
the character is that he had some kind of head injury in Vietnam or something like that. There's not a lot of lore, but they are known as the Sawyer family, I believe, and the I guess the daddy-o or the patriarch of the family is an old grandpa skeleton, but they just give him food, but he doesn't really have play a part. But there's one below that who I would say is the mastermind, and they have this genius idea where they are leading contestants in constant chili eating contests and around the, I guess, region, which pretty much why they're the leaders in this chili eating contest is because they're selling human meat. They're cannibals. They're adding human meat into the chili, which is, you know, hey, not for me, but hey, you go for
You
it.
see, they're doing it right, John. What have I told you time and time again? If you want good chili, you need good meat.
And by definition, I guess they finally got their good meat.
They did, and they got it in spades. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, you already asked me. So, what was your maybe most iconic, favorite, and/or grotesque scene for the movie?
I would say I like the ending, the ending scene of when they're traveling through this gigantic, like, I guess this Sawyer Leatherface base, and it's just like traps everywhere, and it's just like a joke. Like it's a big fucking joke where they just keep adding onto it. Like they're almost like self-aware of like how over the top these villains are and just like how gross. So like every single like taboo gross like villain that you see like in today's films like with all the Rob Zombie movies are like just gross villains and gross protagonists that you are interested in but only because they're so disgusting. This is where it
Yeah,
stems from. This is where it starts.
very far out there. I feel that. I got you.
Yeah, I don't even know how to like really explain it by just saying it's gross and it's like
It is.
trashy.
It is really gross. It is very much over the top. Like they, I don't know, they're throwing like so much gross shit into there, and like it does catch the audience's attention, but it
Oh
also
my!
makes you stop watching at the same time, which is really interesting. But
Do you remember when the guy at the radio place where he gets his head bashed in with a hammer?
vaguely, wasn't it Chop Tops that did that, right?
Yeah, and it's like you take a couple hits with the hammer, you're dead. But this is like so like over the dramatic, like over the line dramatic of just this guy bashing his head in with this hammer for like the longest period of time, and just like making a joke about it, and it's like shows you every single little bit too, and it's so fucked up too because it's just like god damn, dude, Chop Top going to fucking town on this guy's head with this hammer.
You know, actually, I just remembered. I kind of want to revert back to the beginning of the movie. You remember when those two little, I don't know what you call them, not hitchhikers, just wanderers in the car, just being annoying as fuck.
Yeah, and then yeah.
I I think that is probably like the worst scene for me, alongside like the stuff that happens inside the radio station. But goddamn, that part is just so fucking annoying, and it is kind of interesting and funny seeing how like they get their little comeuppance whenever Leatherface comes along with Chop Top in that truck, and you know what happens in there, saws off the car and like cuts through that dude's brain, and it shows that too.
Yeah.
Like it's chainsaw just like going into that dude's head, and his head just like slowly like sliding off, kind of inflating or whatever. I guess like they had cosmetics for that, like a balloon inflating on the side of the dude's head. Yeah, I don't know. Like I wasn't too well prepared on like how they went about doing it, but it was really interesting and really gory. But
Yeah, the gore levels on this film was they were insane. They went, like I said, went super over the fucking top, and like they used the I'd say pretty bad like blood like effects too. Everything was like just insanely red, and it's just ugh, man, it's not good. Nothing's good,
yeah, like
unfortunately.
the one part where he kicks that whatever the fuck wall in, just all that shit comes pouring out.
Yeah, was that was Dennis Hopper, our guy here on the GIF.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's interesting because the entire time in this film, he's trying to hunt down the family and shit, and that's the interesting part. Is like I like the family dynamic, which is like originates from the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I'd say is a little bit less over the top, but like still that's where it stems from. And this one, they just like went a little too fucking crazy with it, unfortunately. But hey, that's just the movie they made. I really we both wish that wasn't like that, but that's just how it went.
Yeah, yeah, sadly.
Yeah, that's just like our explanation for it, I guess. But this was just it was just insanely grotesque movie. Just everything is so over the top, and they just don't know where to stop, and don't know when to quit. And for some reason, like you want to keep watching too because of how just hilariously comedic bad it is. Like it's so just trashy. That's the best way to explain it.
When you think they can't lower the bar anymore, they do, and they just keep lowering that fucking bar.
Yeah.
It's
By the end of the film, it's pretty lowered. What'd you think of the ending of her like pretty much like having both chainsaws at the end of the top of the mountain?
I thought that was kind of goofy with Chop Top just kind of bouncing around her and like slashing her back and shit like that, and she's just trying to start the chainsaw. It was interesting seeing what'd you say the family's last name was? I
Sawyer.
know I Sawyer, that's right. Yeah, seeing Grandma Sawyer up there, like kind of having her own little like shrine on the top of that.
I
little...
forgot about it. Yeah, they had this her shrine because like of her dead body because it's all old and decrepit and shit and probably dead.
No,
Probably dead.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, Grandpa's alive. Why can't Grandma be alive?
I don't know how. It's probably like a great grandma or some shit like that. I like how bad like the grandpa looks, like how old he looks, and they just look like they put like baby powder on him, and they're like called it there, and they're like, ah, that's good enough. Like it isn't like that's it. They just like got an old man, put white on his face, and they're like, yep, make him look like a fucking ghost, an old ass ghost, and that's good.
That's Grandpa, all right.
Yeah, good old grandpa. Yeah. I'd love to go into more of this, but like I've honestly it's been a minute since I've seen the entire movie. But we did look at some clips and shit like that and discuss a little bit about the movie and just how gross it is before diving in the review. And I would recommend this movie. I definitely would. I like it's bad, but I think everyone can get a good laugh out of it. Like it's funny, and plus like if you enjoy the content that Kylo and I produce, like on our own channels and together on some gaming side stuff, like I think you guys can enjoy it. If you enjoy our humor, then you'll definitely get something out of this film, which I recommend because it's funny. It's a funny movie.
It is really funny. It's really funny, really gross. Really, oh god, it's so far out there.
Yeah.
It's at least worth a watch one time. And even though it may be like uncomfortable watching it that first time, it's still, I don't know, something everyone should see. I think at least once.
Yep. I'm
Just
glad.
put your, Chop Top.
I'm glad I made you watch this movie years and years ago.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm glad I did. You know, you needed a little bit of culture in your life, a little bit Chop Top culture in your life, and I'm glad I brought it to you.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I knew what I knew now back then, and you told me like I had to watch this or Toxic Avenger 2 times with you at your house, I would watch Toxic Avenger 2 times at your house.
I haven't even finished Toxic Avenger, so that's something, bud.
That is something.
Yeah, but shall we give a rating for our film here?
Absolutely. So, John, good, bad. What do you think? Out of 10 stars, what do you think?
Let me think. I will give this movie a 3.
A 3 out of 10. And is that just because of like how gory and gross it is, or
Yep.
did the movie just not really touch?
No,
base with you?
no. I mean, like it had a lot of stuff I enjoy. You know, with the family aspect, I feel like Devil's Rejects did that a lot better, and I enjoyed that. So I actually enjoyed that movie a little bit more than Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. But like, I guess I wouldn't say I enjoy it more, but I'd say the rating's higher in my opinion. But I enjoy Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 a whole lot. Like I said, it's one of my favorite horror movies. But it's like it's a fucking joke for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I would probably have to give it maybe 5 top chop jerky bits out of 10.
Really, a 5? That's really high. That's an average movie.
It is very average, but for the time, I'm sure it caught like a lot of audiences, and you know, I'm sure it did well ish back then. But yeah, I mean, it's so.
That's
nothing
crazy.
I go out of my way for, but if I had nothing else to watch, I would watch it.
Okay. Well, there you are, guys. Where should we average that out? As a 4 then? Or a 4.5? Or what do you think?
Let's give it a 4. Solid
right.
4.
Solid 4 out of 10. The Foundry score Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Solid 4 out of 10. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this this another horror review here that Kylo is stemmed up for us. But thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys later on the next review. But until then, bye everyone.
Bye-bye.